The top US general secretly called his Chinese counterpart twice during the presidency of Donald Trump. That's according to a Washington Post report on Tuesday. US General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, called General Li Zhucheng of the People's Liberation Army on October 30th last year and again on January 8th, 2 days after the storming of the US Capitol, over concerns that then-President Donald Trump could spark a war with China, the newspaper reported. The report draws on reporting from a new book, Peril, based on interviews with over 200 sources. It is due to be released next week. Trump, in a statement, cast doubt on the story, calling it fabricated. He said if the story was true, Milley would be tried for treason. Milley's office declined to comment.
China has hit out at the UK for barring its ambassador from attending an event in the British Parliament, describing the move as despicable and cowardly. Jen Zhegan had been due to speak at an event in Parliament on Wednesday, but was told by the parliamentary speaker that he could not attend while Beijing's own sanctions remain in place against a number of MPs and peers. China placed the sanctions on 5 British lawmakers, including the former Conservative Party leader Ian Duncan Smith, in March, after they highlighted alleged human rights abuses in China's Xinjiang province. Beijing accused them of spreading what it said were lies and disinformation over the treatment of Uyghur Muslims. China took the action after Britain, the United States, the European Union and Canada imposed parallel sanctions on senior Chinese officials.
And in an effort to showcase its military capability, Taiwan conducted military drills designed to replicate a potential offensive from China. The military exercises were overseen by President Tsai Ing-wen, and the armed forces practiced countermeasures for a bioweapons attack. This is an annual exercise targeting the Chinese People's Liberation Army. 4 military aircraft, including Taiwan's self-made indigenous defensive fighter, the US-made F-16V and French-made Mirage, landed in rural southern Pingtung County to replicate the measures against China's aggressive moves. This latest set of military drills is part of Taiwan's 5-day Hanhuang military exercise designed to prepare the island's force for an attack by China.
On a day when South Korea was holding talks with China's chief envoy, North Korea carried out its second ballistic missile test of the year and second weapon test since the weekend. Unlike the new cruise missile it announced at the start of the week, today's launches are subject to sanctions because they involved ballistic technology, according to the South's Joint Chiefs of Staff. And this was after military officials were accused of failing to detect the cruise missile launches from the north last Saturday and Sunday, though Defense Minister Seok has denied that claim, insisting yesterday to lawmakers that they did spot them through South Korea-US combined assets. South Korea's JCS said today that the military here maintains a full readiness posture in close cooperation with the US.
Tonight, Nicholas on a Gulf Coast crash course, first slamming into Texas as a Category 1 hurricane. More than 90-mile-an-hour winds knocked out power to 500,000 Texans. its storm surge ripping asphalt right off neighborhood roads. Nicholas drenching Galveston in 13 inches of rain, swallowing streets whole. In neighboring Houston, where high water rescue equipment was ready,
we were prepared, but quite frankly, we were blessed.
A sigh of relief as Nicholas turned east, taking aim at Louisiana, now bracing for its second tropical system in just 2 weeks. Hurricane Ida devastated the region, leaving more than 1 million without power. Now Nicholas is expected to crawl across several southern states over the next few days.
Ivory Coast on Tuesday announced an operation to tackle corruption in its public services sector. The country's Minister for Good Governance singled out the police and the gendarmerie. The two security agencies are notorious for extortion and squeezing bribes from vendors and taxi drivers. The Corruption Perception Index of Transparency International ranked the West African country 104th out of 180 countries. A survey by the ministry has implicated the Traffic Inspection Agency too, as well as the education and justice sectors. In a 2017 survey by Afrobarometer, 1 in 2 Ivorians said they paid bribes to police or gendarmerie officers to avoid problems, 1 in 3 paid government officials to obtain documents, and 2/3 considered reporting corruption to be dangerous because of the risk of reprisals.